Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with my guy Chris Ruffolo as we continue to cook up this WNBA action. Chris, what's happening, my man?
Much, Jay. We finally got back in action on Thursday, and I'll tell you, some of the results went our way, some of them didn't. But hey, that's how it goes. We're gonna have to try to navigate it as we inch back in through the action through the or after the Olympic break, I should say. So, ready to chop it up with you and make some money on this money making Friday.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's do exactly that, man. Let's make some money today. Let's continue to kick crap out of the books. Let's hop right into today's WNBA action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first game up, we got the Indiana Fever at home at the crib with the Mercury coming in. Mercury on the back end of a back-to-back as we saw them yesterday. Fever laying 3.5 here in this one. The Fever, they've won both meetings between these two teams this season. 88-82, 95-86 was the score in both. It's the last meeting between these two. I know the Mercury on the back end of a back-to-back. I know the Fever have won both meetings, but I'm taking the Mercury straight up on the money line, man. I think it has to be done. The double revenge spot for these girls. I'm expecting the Mercury to play much better second half of the season. I think they're going to be right there in the mix of things. I like the Fever, but I think they're a little overrated, a little overvalued because of those two wins, because of Caitlin Clark and company. So just a fade of the Fever. Y'all know I like betting the Fever in certain spots. Just don't like the spot today. I got to take the double revenge spot here with the Mercury. Ruffalo, what you like here in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the other side here, but it's not one of my favorite games on the board. I do like the Fever here, but just like you have your revenge play, I just don't like the Fever. Excuse me, the Mercury on the second half of the back to back here. But the same could be said about the Fever. It could be a bit of a rust spot, but I think this is a Fever team that was starting to find some confidence as they were entering the Olympic break. They did lose to the Dallas Wings in their final game, but they're starting to sort of put the pieces together. The defense has stepped it up a little bit in a couple of spots, and these have been high scoring games between these two for much of the season so far. And when that happens, I trust the Fever a little bit more offensively, but I also just trust the rested legs to be able to pull them through. This back to back thing is not a frequent thing in the WNBA like it is in other leagues. So I think that the tired legs probably going to affect the Mercury here. I think the Fever get it done laying the 4 points.
Next game up, got the Seattle Storm out on the road facing the Atlanta Dream. Storm laying 8 on the road. Ruffalo, what you like in this one?
Yeah, it feels crazy for the Storm that had that homestand lasted what feels like a couple of months. All of a sudden, they haven't played a home game since July 6th, or July 14th. I know I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm exaggerating here, but still, I think that they're going to be fine on the road in this one, though. The Atlanta Dream, we talked that, maybe the Olympic break benefited to be able to heal from injury. The Dream got Ryan Howard before the break. They got her back, so it did help the Dream keep it close against the Lynx. They got a push in that last game. They have been decent as an underdog, but I think this is just one of those spots where the Storm are just heads and shoulders the better team. They've beaten up on teams left and right this season. They beat up on the Dream by double digits when these two teams met in Seattle back on the 14th of July. I don't see anything different here. I see a double-digit win for the Storm, even on the road. So I'm going to go with the Seattle Storm laying the points in this one.
Yeah, the Dream were really struggling heading into the All Star break / Olympic break. Um, I know they're getting healthier now. I know, like you said, that the Storm were at home for 3 months. It felt like, but they haven't really been tested on the road in quite some time. But I got to roll with the Storm here in this one as well. I think you hit the nail right on the head when you said I just think the Storm are the head and shoulders better team, and I think they go ahead and win this one fairly comfortably. I'm laying the points in this one as well. So give me the Storm, short, sweet, simple. And in our last and final game of the night, we've got the Dallas Wings at home, at the crib, with the Connecticut Sun coming into town. Sun laying 6.5 on the road. Hey, I know there's a running joke where everybody thinks I just take my home teams all the time. And I ain't gonna lie, I do that a lot. And I'm gonna do that here. I'm taking the Dallas Wings plus the points in this one. Um, but nah, in all seriousness, I really think Enrique, bro, she's one of the best players in the WNBA. She can ignite any night and lead her team to a victory or a fairly competitive game. We saw what she did in the All Star game right before the Olympic break slash All Star break. So I just think the Wings, they're better than what they've shown this season. Yeah, they're one of the worst teams, but I think they can do enough here, especially at home, right out of the break, to keep this one fairly competitive, if not win it outright. So I'm gonna grab the points in this one, Chris, with the home team, my home team, the Dallas Wings. What you like in this one?
Yeah, I will say Enrique, winning All Star Game MVP, got some nice plus odds on her. She played really well in that game, and she's going to be key in the second half if the Wings want to do anything. But I think out of the break, I got to go with the Sun here. The thing that stands for me is that when we really don't have much to go off of right out of the Olympic break, I'm just kind of going to go back with what's brought us to the dance. And the fact of the matter is that good defense can make up for bad offense, which is what the Sun have had sometimes. But bad defense can't make up for when the offense is inconsistent. That's happened to the Wings sometimes, where the offense just hasn't clicked. They've gone up against good defenses and struggled, and because there's sometimes where they can't stop a nosebleed, they just get run out of the gym. And unfortunately, I think that's just what's going to happen here. The Sun haven't had a ton of games lately where they've blown teams away and sort of run away from them, but I think this is just one of those spots where the line feels a couple points light to me. I'm going to take the Sun. I'm going to lay the 6.5 here.
And that's going to conclude this episode of the WNBA Layup Session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch all these videos, man. Money making Friday. Let's continue to kick the crap out of the books. I personally cashed my WNBA play of the day yesterday with the link. Shout out to them. Let's cash another one tonight, man. Hop on over it at Pickdawgz Premium. Let's continue to make some money. Ruffolo, what you got going on?
Nothing for me today. Yeah, I was on the other side of that one with the Mystics yesterday. Dropped my play of the day, but don't love today's cards, so I think I'm going to take it a little bit easy. Do have some baseball on the board, though, so definitely going to make some money. Got that $19 play 14-3 in our last 17, so hoping to keep it rolling. Jay, what do you got today?
That's all I got, man. I got some baseball for y'all and some WNBA, so make sure you check it out. But it's a money-making weekend, so look at that 3-day pass or even longer as we're low-key coming out of the dog days of summer with everything right on the horizon. So appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let's make some money today. Let's make some money this weekend. See y'all tomorrow. Right here.